Hi and welcome to the Property Show. Sit back, relax and enjoy. Today we have a packed show. Our property pick of the week kicks off with a solid deal, landing on a prime area tucked away in the Lucenia Hills. On the same breath, has owning a piece of land in a secure, controlled community your next smart investment move? Catch options available in the market later on the show. We'll also answer the frequently asked questions on turning a plot into a dream home with our different architectural designs at Upscale Turnkey Budget Solution, an interesting one.
You give us your plot, then after a certain period of time, we're able to give you your dream house. So that is the solution we're offering for the customers who don't have the technical skills nor the time.
All this and so much more, plus Telecom bundles meeting students' needs.
If you go to areas like Ruai, Githurai, Kasarani, you'll find people, young guys who left college or they're college students, and they get assignments from abroad. And they work for these big corporations, and they do piecemeal work that costs, maybe they get paid $20, $30, for that work. So they do some kind of research, they write software for these companies, and that means they work throughout the night. So it's a very, very exciting time for technology now.
And nuggets of wisdom on climbing up the property ladder.
What I would advise anybody who is looking to buy a house, just work with professionals.
And the property gallery with a roundup of sound investment options. Thank you for your feedback. We are available on our social media platforms. Let's talk. You're watching The Property Show. As always, there is something for everyone. Our property pick of the week is on a prime area tucked away in the Lucenia Hills. These units come at an affordable price with state-of-the-art amenities. Let's see what they have to offer.
Lucenia Hills is a gated community located in a serene area in Athi River on Mutongoni Road. This development is designed to offer a modern and comfortable living away from the city life and is accessible via Mombasa Road. Lucenia Hills is situated 27 kilometers from Nairobi CBD. Accommodation features include lounge and dining area, separate fitted kitchen, guest cloakroom, 3 bedrooms, master bedroom ensuite, built-in wardrobes. Salient features include perimeter wall, Cabro-paved internal roads, borehole water, carport shade, standby generator. For shopping and other amenities, Gateway Mall is a few minutes drive from the development. Syokimau Township is also a short distance away where a wide variety of social amenities are available. The Syokimau railway station is also a short drive from the development. The price for a 3-bedroom unit is 7.9 million Kenya shillings.
Next, personal stories of residents living at Lucenia Hills.
My home ownership journey started just before I got married. We planned to have a house with my wife. Then she was my girlfriend. We started looking around for houses, at that time our budget was not very good. At that time there was a home expo at Sarit Center, of which Lucenia Hills were there. So they arranged for the travel, they brought us here. At that time it was my then girlfriend, currently wife. She came alone, I wasn't in the country then. And then she told me about the house, she told me she liked it very much. And then I decided to come and see now after, when I came back to the country. And we had agreements now between us and the developer, and they honored everything. But at that time, it wasn't like this. They showed me some patch of earth, just somewhere where they told me your house would be somewhere here. And I know a lot of people would say don't take risks when the project is not finished, but I took a risk and it paid off. We needed a bit of space, so we needed compound front. And here in Lukenya, they have a bit of compound at the back as well. Here as well, the size of the rooms was quite big. The kitchen with the pantry is actually bigger than most of the other houses that we went to. We like the fact that these ones have only 2 houses joined, so you can go around your house one side and back. The layout was fantastic. The size of the sitting room, even the general design of the house was just what we wanted. We also enjoyed the fact that it had its own bathroom and toilet for visitors, and the master bedroom has its own, so we don't have to share with everyone. The source of the money was a mortgage. That time I did not have 3 million. I was able to pay for the deposit, and the rest I got from mortgage. I have been against paying rent, because rent never gives you a house. You lose money. You have a roof over your head, but it's not yours. You're enriching somebody else, and I didn't want to do that. I want to be a landlord. So for me, every time I paid rent, it really pained me. So when I came here and the money was going towards mortgage, I was very happy. My parting shot is, Lucenia Hills estate is a very good estate for you to move into, especially if you have small children. We have adequate space for kids to run around. The neighborhood is friendly. We have very good neighbors. Even when you come into the estate, you don't just walk in. You have to check you for your temperature. We have hand sanitizers at the gate. At the time of COVID, when the peak was relatively high, we actually kind of locked down the estate and requested neighbors not to have many visitors coming in for the safety of everyone in the estate. It's a good place to have your kids to grow, and they'll be fine. They'll be well taken care of.
We decided to buy a house because we wanted a shortcut of owning a house. By building a house would mean that it would have taken much longer time, and we didn't have that time at that moment because our family was growing, so we really needed a place for our family. First, the house is an own compound. We really wanted that. We didn't want an apartment. Then the environment, it has also put in consideration the children. There's a playing ground for the kids, and also the security. The security is very good.
I would advise anyone who wants to buy a home or buy a house, a first-time buyer, to really take time and be patient during the initial process of valuing and carrying out the background checks. The main red flag is when you ask for the copy of title deed or the leases of the land and you're taking circles. They do not provide it there and then. You'll not want to get into a home, to buy a house, then out of the blue there are court cases, the injunctions about the land being owned by 2 people, a different person, or being a reserve land. So the initial stages, the background checks on the land, and of course NEMA, because you wouldn't want to buy a place where after 2 years you're told it's on a riparian land.
For me, I would advise anyone that is starting this journey, or you're intending to start the journey, to remember when you're told the house is 8 million, that is not just the cost. There are more costs involved other than the cost of the house. Costs such as stamp duty, lawyers' fees, valuation fees. So When you're told about the cost of the house, at least have an extra percentage on top of that, like maybe 20%, yes.
Lucenia Hills is offering quality homes at an affordable price. Get all the details of this project plus other developments available in the market. All that at First Avenue offices. Coming up, a collection of plots. Finding the right piece of land that can turn into a dream home is where rubber meets the road. We all want to own a home in a trendy, well-planned neighborhood. What we don't envision is most plots were once vacant pieces of land, where a smart mind saw value before the neighborhood had a start to its name. Next, a selection of fully serviced plots offering ideal location you can be proud to call home. Next, a site and service land scheme, which comes with water, electricity, all-weather roads infrastructure, plus contemporary architectural designs, and a team of professionals to jumpstart your home ownership dream. Savannah Park is a good bet to consider. Let's have a look.
Savannah Park Rongai is located in the outskirts of Ongata Rongai town, which is one of the satellite towns 10 kilometers northwest of Nairobi city. The property is near the road linking Ongata Rongai, Nazarene University, and the new SGR station. The road from the SGR to Savannah Park is graded to Maram standard and is just a 5-minute drive to the entrance gate. Savannah Park Rongai has 200 plots located 1 kilometer from the new Rongai Kiserian SGR railway station and 3 kilometers from Nazarene University. The plots are suitable for residential homes due to the close proximity to the famous Rimpa Conservancy. They also offer a beautiful view of Gong Hills. The plots are fully serviced with piped water, a borehole, and electricity on site. Each individual plot is fenced after payment is complete. The site and service land scheme also has a plan of 3 and 4 bedroom maissonettes with a team of professionals to help jumpstart your home ownership journey. This comes at a separate fee.
Another piece of plot to consider is conveniently located just a few meters away from the Nairobi-Namanga highway. This is a smart investment for those looking for a prime and ready-to-build plot next to a rapidly growing town. Here is more.
Enka Gardens Kitengela responds to the growing desire to live in a peaceful, beautiful and secure gated community with modern amenities. This 10-acre piece of land offers 50 by 100-acre service plots with a perimeter wall already in place. Enka Gardens offer an opportunity to build your home in a controlled development while offering you in-house consultancy on construction. Located 200 meters from the Nairobi-Namanga highway, Enka Gardens is 4 kilometers from Kitengela town. The hospitals near Enka Gardens include Aga Khan, Nairobi Women's, and Gertrude's Hospital. The schools in close proximity include Acacia Crest Academy and Kitengela International School. Shopping facilities include the Red Heron Shopping Mall and supermarkets such as Naivas and Eastmart.
And if you're looking for plots in Nanyuki town, Sweet Waters should be your best bet. These plots come with an option of building plans. The subdivision is complete. Let's hear more.
Sweetwater's service plots are located 7 kilometers from Nanyuki town, next to the renowned Alpajeta Conservancy, and 800 meters from the newly tarmacked Marura-Matanya Road. The site is currently fenced and over 1,000 indigenous trees planted along the fence, with 100% views of Mount Kenya and Aberdare ranges. Sweetwaters offers quarter and half-acre ready-to-build plots. The master plan is complete with the subdivision plan available, and the plots come with electricity and water connection, a common gate, 9 meters wide access road, children play area, jogging track, landscaped design. Architectural plans are also available, with flexibility to customize the plans to meet individual needs. The price for the quarter acre is 999,000 Kenya shillings, and the price for the half acre is 1,990,000 Kenya shillings.
Plot hunting journey can sometimes be complicated, especially if you don't have the right partners to build that dream home. Next, a conversation on Upscale Turnkey Budget Solution, a product that holds your hand in turning an idle plot into a dream home. Today, we get all your questions answered. Let's listen in.
Upscale has 6 different types of models. To start with, we have a 2-bedroom bungalow that is 100 square meters, and that is a basic bungalow with 2 bedrooms, and they use shared facilities. The second option is a 3-bedroom bungalow that essentially can be extended from the 2-bedroom bungalow. This one is 130 square meters, and the master is en suite. Then we have 3-bedroom super bungalow, and with this one all bedrooms are en suite, and therefore it is 140 square meters. And then finally we have 3-bedroom bungalow with an attic, where the master bedroom that is en suite is situated in the attic, and there is also a spacious study area in the attic. So that is for the bungalows. Then we have 2 types of maisonettes. The first one is a 3-bedroom maisonette with a servant quarter. This one is 150 square meters. And finally, for the maisonettes, we have a 4-bedroom maisonette that is 175 square meter. That is quite spacious. So those are the various types of upscale designs that we have. The prices range from as low as 3.3 million to as high as 7 million. However, we will only be able to advise on the actual price upon site visit. This is because various plots have different soil types, and we have to assess the soil type so that we know the kind of substructure that we'll need to construct. So upon site visit, that's when we're able to advise the actual cost for your unit. If you have a plot and you wish to have an upscale design, all you need to do is to visit First Avenue offices. There you'll be able to select the design that you wish to have, which is of course is backed by your financial ability. After that, there will be a meeting with the technical team who will visit your site to be able to establish the soil conditions, and then we'll be able now to advise you the actual cost of constructing. Then we will make arrangements for the financing, for availing the funds. Then we will start construction, and within 6 to 9 months, at most 12 months, we should be able to give you back your dream house in your plot. It depends with each customer. So there are those who are self-funded. So for those ones, we'll essentially give them the various milestones, which are broken into 3. The first 40% is for doing the substructure. Then we'll need 20% to do the main structure up to the roof. Then the final 40% is to do the finishing. So you will be availing money for those milestones, and then upon getting to that milestone, we will advise you to avail the funds for the next step. For those who are borrowing, all we will need to do is a commitment from their financier that they'll pay upon availing of a certificate. So we'll be constructing, then once we avail the certificate to their financial, they should be able to release the funds. For a customer who wishes to change the design, then that will not fall under Upscale. This is because for the Upscale, the designs are already set. So if you wish to have a different design, we could give you technical assistance, but separate from Upscale. However, a customer under Upscale is able to change some items, especially on the finishing. So if you want different color for the tiles and such, that one we allow. But for the basic structure, that we are not able to allow. Upscale is a solution that we are offering for those people who have plots, but they have neither the time nor the technical know-how. So the idea is you give us your plot, then after a certain period of time, we're able to give you your dream house. There's a lot that goes about in constructing. You have to bring a whole team together, and there's a lot of project management activities, and that is quite time intensive and it requires some technical skills. So that is the solution we're offering for the customers who don't have the technical skills nor the time. The construction cost for Upscale is quite competitive, and we are able to lock it before we start construction. So we advise any client who is interested in this product, this is the best product for you. You will have very nice design. We encourage people to go to First Avenue, ground floor at International Life House. They'll be able to see what we are offering.
After the short break, catch a highlight on Telecom bundles meeting the students' needs.
For you at home, we have a range of solutions, and we have all the way from single users, we're connecting estates, and we're connecting even the users who are moving away from the office.
The accessory spot with kitchen appliances,
you never need to babysit your rice. You just simply put your water and your rice here, put your salt and oil or butter, any spices that you're using, and cover it. Press a button and walk away. You don't need to babysit your rice. The rice cooker is smart enough to switch itself off when the rice is ready, and it keeps the rice for you warm until you're ready to serve it.
tips on getting onto the property ladder.
Getting the right people was one of the challenges. Another thing that I didn't really think much of is the terrain of the land.
And a roundup of sound investment options available in the market. Don't go away, we'll be right back after the break.
That's when she replied, "Give me one good reason to stay with you." Nikamtumia 100 reasons to be my boo. Akanisho unabonga sana kwa text lakini in real life when I'm timid. Hapo nika get minutes ya kupaint picture vivid. Akasema ati I'm in demand. Unadhani DM yangu ni MD? Kumbe nilikuwa nishasotiwa na 100 MB.
Call, SMS and browse from only 10 shillings with Telecom. Now that's power. Telecom, moving with you.
Welcome back. You're watching The Property Show. Reliable data solutions for students is the next big thing, and Telecom has got you covered. Let's hear more.
What's happening world over is that people are consuming more data. As we see growth in smartphone penetration, we see that people are now able to consume their data on the go, on smartphones, at home, at work, while traveling. So that just means that our data traffic has grown a lot in the last few months. The same trend has been observed in Kenya. As an industry, we see that data has grown by between 40 and 50% versus last year. So people are consuming more. Now, the COVID season has come with its own dynamics, which means that people who used to sit in offices and work from 8 to 5 now actually wake up earlier at home. So you find yourself logging in at 7, you start consuming early. I know of executives who say that they don't even notice that lunchtime is over or it is lunchtime. So they kind of just work throughout the day into the night. We also have students who now don't have to attend classes physically and they work from home. Even secondary school students, even primary school students, you know, some schools have these programs. So which means that in any house now, you don't only have one device. So you have the parents having their own devices, the kids having their own devices, the house help having their own devices. So there's a lot of consumption now. Now, the other thing we note is that the consumption is not just limited to daytime. We see a lot of consumption at night. On our network at Telecom Kenya, I must tell you that we have a 50-50 split between consumption during the day and during the night. These students who have homework to do and guys who have research to do, and we have a lot of young people in Kenya today who are self-employed. If you go to areas like Ruai, Githurai, Kasarani, you'll find people, young guys who left college or they're college students and they get assignments from abroad. And they work for these big corporations and they do piecemeal work that costs, maybe they get paid $20, $30, you know, for that work. So they do some kind of research, they write software for these companies, and that means they work throughout the night. So it's a very, very exciting time for technology now.
This has been a journey for us at Telecom Kenya. We've gone through about 2-3 years of revamping and restructuring our products and solutions. So for you at home, we have a range of solutions, and we have all the way from single users, we're connecting estates, and we're connecting even the users who are moving away from the office. So if you look down at the single user, we have a product that we call Live at Home, and this category of products allows users at home to get unlimited access. Well, they're classified in different levels, and this many on the capacity they want. You know, at home currently we have people going to school, we have kids doing their video conversations, and you know, they want to play, and business is also going on. So the categories are based on speed and the quality of service that would enable these users at home to consume that service and enable them to solve their business, school, and play issues.
This conversation continues next week. Next, it's the festive season. That time for a total overhaul change for the kitchen appliances.
I run a kitchen on Facebook and in my house called CK's Kitchen. It's basically cooking and helping women rediscover their love for cooking for their families again. So I also go an extra mile to teach them a few of my favorite recipes that are foolproof, that are taking the kitchen to the next level, and we are saying no to mashakura. The kitchen obviously takes a lot of time. I mean, if you're making a full-fledged meal every day for your family, you will spend a lot of time in the kitchen, and that denies you time to spend with your family. So we are able to cut the time spent in the kitchen by using very nice, useful kitchen gadgets that you can see behind me, which I will demonstrate later how they work. When it comes to the kitchen, I like making food that is out of the ordinary. I mean, everybody can cook normal food that we grew up eating, but for me, especially during this corona period, you know, when you want to eat nice food, you normally go out to a restaurant. So for me, during this COVID period, it gave me an opportunity to cook for my family restaurant style food, but at home. So that's what mainly I gear towards. I want people to explore eating in-house. Instead of going out to grab a meal that also costs a lot of money, you can cook all this food that we have in restaurants, you can have it at home. Cooking takes time. As I said earlier, cooking takes a lot of time. And also, you end up getting very tired. So you can serve a very nice meal, and that denies your family time that you're supposed to spend with them. So with these gadgets, we want you to enjoy cooking. It's almost hands-free. Actually, most of these machines you see behind me, they enable you to cook hands-free and deliver very nice meals with no time spent at all. I say that you don't have to babysit food. You can babysit your children. You don't have to babysit your food when you're cooking. So you let the gadgets do that for you. So it's a win-win situation. You're able to spend time with your family and serve them very nice meals at the same time. And these gadgets afford you to do that. The inspiration behind Sikai's Kitchen is just a mother who had children who have a very fine palate. We were used to eating out a lot. And so when we come home and I used to cook the food that we cook at home, now the mashakura as is popularly known, and my kids would ask me, why are you not able to cook the same food that we eat out there? And so I started researching and Googling and YouTube how to make nice food, and so then I started cooking and experimenting. And every time I cooked a meal, I took a picture of it and put it on Facebook, and people were amazed at what I was doing. And so I saw an opportunity to keep bettering myself and to start teaching people to do the same. And then now when my fans saw the gadgets I was using, so then they started asking me about the gadgets and where do you get them, how do you use them. So now I started teaching people how to use gadgets, and I started selling them to them. All our equipment is from UK. We go to the UK because of quality. Later on I will demonstrate how these gadgets will actually outlive for a very long time. I know we're used to gadgets here locally, which you buy a blender, it breaks down within a year. So within a period of 10 years, I know personally I have bought more than 4 blenders because we don't have very good quality, we don't have powerful equipment. These gadgets are very powerful. Like a blender, it has 1200 watts. It will crush anything and it will not sweat at it. So they're very nice gadgets, very good quality, and that is why we don't source from anywhere else apart from the UK. My advice is, from my experience, I have seen that different manufacturers are strong in different gadgets. For example, we have the Instant Pot. The Instant Pot is made by the Instant Pot company, and they're very good at that. And even though a company like Ninja will try and make their own version of an Instant Pot, it ends up being they're trying to copy that gadget. So they may equally make a very good gadget, but that is not their strong product. And then when you come to the blenders, the Instant Pot has also made maybe a blender that ends up not, that's not their main equipment. So we have different manufacturers making different equipment. Of course, they end up copying each other because your customers sometimes want a one-stop shop for everything. But in my experience, I have seen that every company has that one gadget that they are very good at. So we try and vary that. So we end up getting different equipment from different companies depending on what each company is good at. So now I'm going to take you very quickly on a quick demonstration of how the machines work. We start with the rice cooker. This is a Russell Hobbs rice cooker from the UK. It's very affordable. You never need to babysit your rice. You just simply put your water and your rice here, put your salt and oil or butter, any spices that you're using, and cover it. Press a button and walk away. You don't need to babysit your rice. The rice cooker is smart enough to switch itself off when the rice is ready, and it keeps the rice for you warm until you're ready to serve and disconnect. Then here we have a slow cooker. I love the Russell Hobbs brand because it's a very good brand. Now, meat is actually supposed to be slow cooked every single time. The way we cook meat, we rush it, we get the meat to be tough and pull up the juices. The slow cooker, you put your meat here. You don't need to put any water at all. And then you walk away for 4 hours. You come back and the meat is ready. It cooks in its own juices. The most flavorful cut of meat you have ever had is made in the slow cooker. Very affordable as well. And then we come to the beautiful Panasonic bread maker. This bread maker is a must for every home. I tell you that. Reason being, I know we buy commercial bread and we don't know what they put in that bread. That's what we have, yes, but if you can be able to make your bread at home, this machine affords you to do that. It has a kneading blade inside here. So as you can see inside there, you get to knead your bread. And by the way, this machine, how it works is very simple. You put your flour here, you put your yeast, you put your sugar, you put your milk and butter. You can make your milk bread and butter bread here, not the one that they use water to make. And then you simply put this inside here. You cover the machine, you press a button and walk away. The machine will knead the dough for you. The machine will rise the dough for you. The machine will bake the bread for you. You literally come back after 4 hours or 2 hours, depending on the menu you choose, and your bread is ready. Now, the other thing with this machine is that you never have to knead your chapati dough. If you're a mama and you need to look fabulous, you need to do your nails, you don't need to be kneading dough. This machine is going to knead the dough for you. You don't have to touch anything. If you want to make your pizza, it has a pizza menu. It will make the pizza for you. If you're making your soup, it will make the soup buns for you. This is a must for every home. And it's very beautiful too on your counter. And then we come to the Ninja soup maker. I mean, if you're making bread, you have to have it with soup. The Ninja soup maker, as I said, all our gadgets, they want to remove you from the kitchen but make you serve nice meals. If you look at this machine here, it has a chop button. So basically you put your onion inside here, you press a chop button. You don't even have to cut onions. I mean, you know, life makes us cut enough onions. You chop, it chops for you. After you're done, you know, you need to kaanga your soup to, you know, for it to have flavor. You do not have to kaanga your soup. You don't need to fry it. It fries it for you. You press a saute button, it fries it for you. After that, you put all your other ingredients. You literally choose the kind of soup you want. If you want a smooth soup, you press that. If you want a chunky soup, you press that. And then you walk away. 30 minutes, your very yummy soup is done. Let us come to the Ninja. The Ninja is an ultimate blender that you need. We have all bought 5 to 4 blenders in our lifetimes. I mean, if you're my age, when you come to this blender, there is no blender like the Ninja blender with that blade technology. If you look at that blade, it blends at the bottom, it blends in the middle, it blends at the top. Meaning, when you put your blending stuff here, you don't need that thing for pushing your stuff to keep, you know, and then the blender is getting tired and it's starting to remove smoke. This blender actually minces your meat in 5 seconds. Just using the pulse button, you'll put your beef here. In 3-5 seconds, it is minced beef. Your smoothies will never be the same again. This is the smoothest ultimate blender that everybody needs. It is 1200 watts. Very powerful, will crush your eyes into nothing. The Instant Pot. Every home needs this, by the way. We do a lot of roots, we do a lot of arrowroots, we do a lot of ngwashes, we do a lot of peas, we do a lot of dengus. And that takes work. I mean, if you're making domas in the morning for breakfast, you will literally spend at least an hour boiling stuff. When you come to the Instant Pot, you just press the pressure cook button. You put your ndomas inside here in 20 minutes. You reduce that time actually. The Instant Pot will do your ndomas and your ngwashes in 20 minutes. And once you press the button, you literally walk away. This machine is smart enough to know when your ndomas are done. It will switch itself off. It will keep your food hot until when you're back. It will also do your dengus. Forget about freezing your legumes. Forget about freezing your cereal. You do not need your freezer anymore with this machine. You make fresh dengus in 20 minutes. Now, this juicer, I know most of us have a juicer somewhere in our store that we are not using. Reason being, you bought a centrifugal juicer. It wastes your fruits. It does a very bad job. The cleaning is so messy. The masticating juicer, I will demonstrate to you how it easily just does your fruits and veggies. This is a celery stalk. Can you hear that? That is what masticating is all about. It literally just squeezes your fruits, removes all the juice, and gives you a very, very dry pulp. See that? Look at that. There is no juice that is left there. So you can take charge of your family's health. You don't need to buy packet juices. This juicer is affordable. You can do your ginger, you can do your garlics, you can do your lemons, you can do any juice here at the touch of a button. That is a masticating juicer. You use very little fruits to get a lot of juice. This is a pineapple celery juice. Just look at that. It just squeezes your fruits very slowly, gives you a very nice juice. Look at that. Pineapple celery juice. Cheers.
Like any big project, a successful home buying experience is all about getting the right information from the beginning. Today, we share nuggets of wisdom on getting onto the property ladder. Grab a paper and a pen, it is class time.
What are the main challenges have you faced through this journey?
So I think my journey began with another home that I had bought somewhere else that I paid a deposit for, that I was so excited to move into. And that didn't work out. So that was one of the huge challenges for me, because even up to now, I've never been able to recover the deposit. So I think in terms of home ownership is doing your due diligence and knowing who are the right people to work with. I don't know what I would have done differently, but I really just felt that that was a major setback for me. But luckily, when I came to this other transaction, it worked well. Actually, there was a hitch in that after I paid the deposit, the bank that was financing me went into receivership. But thanks be to God, I was already working somewhere else, so I was able to pay it off. So that has been my journey, full of ups and downs. And you know, I always say being alone and making such huge decisions is also frightening. I used to sleep at night and think, what? Those are huge amounts of money to take as a mortgage, but I thank God that I was able to do it.
What is the one thing you love in this home?
What I love most about this home is just the community, that we're in an enclosed, gated community, so we have neighbors. You have your own compound, where of course I can sit in the garden. My son and I can have our own space and do whatever we want to do, because the house has lots and lots of space. I love the high ceilings, I love the large windows. It's just a beautiful space that's just enough for me and my baby. This met the dream that I had for my own home. And the kitchen, the bedrooms, the master bedroom is beautiful. So I think it met everything that I was looking for in a home. Yeah.
Going back to the house that you are buying that has not completed to date, and you haven't received your refund for the deposit. So many people today have also started that journey, and they're in that space. Is it that you didn't use professionals? Is it that you didn't do your due diligence? What could have gone wrong?
I think we were just excited, and in the place I was working, a lot of us wanted to buy a house in that specific place, so all of us are stuck in that. We didn't do our due diligence. In fact, I remember taking the lease agreement, the sale agreement, now years later, to a lawyer and saying, you didn't even do a lease agreement with the developer. We did a sale agreement with an individual, one of the individuals. I think I did it in a hurry. I didn't seek legal advice. I didn't do my due diligence. What I would advise anybody who is looking to buy a house, just work with professionals and people who just have a good reputation, and you can look back at something, at the history, and see what they have achieved before.
A lot of people think that working with professionals is too expensive. And I've always said cheap is more expensive.
True. Yeah. That is so true. That is so true. I learned that the hard way. So just work with professionals, and you pay a little more, but you get value and security.
I would say save money early, save as much as possible. Don't go into the credit traps where you borrow small money and you pay a very high interest rate. That one will always stop you from saving enough. Be very careful those few years you save, and make sure that you don't lose your saving with a bad interest. Then, of course, in Kenya it's very common to borrow from family, even from friends. Of course, that's a nice opportunity when you trust people. But I think many people who do mortgages are people who work in banks, they are in the finance sector, they might have employers, solid employers who guarantee for their mortgages. So 80% of Kenyans work in the informal economy. So the only way they can get into property is to save and not go for the most expensive ones too early.
We all know that building a
home, construction is not a walk in the park. What were your pain points, and what would you tell anybody thinking of building their home? These are the red flags you need to look out for.
Certainly, Nancy, construction is not a walk in the park. It's not for the faint-hearted. And for me, one of the things, like I said earlier, was selecting the different professionals and fundis, so to say, who are going to walk the journey with me. Getting the right people was one of the challenges. Another thing that I didn't really think much of is the terrain of the land. And for me, that's something that is very, very key that I would tell anybody who wants to get into construction. Never ever take your land for granted and look at it and say, it's flat, so let us begin. So it's something that needs to be taken into consideration by the architect right from the start, so that you're able then to translate what's on paper right to the ground.
Because it's very expensive if you don't do that.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what I went through. And I remember for me, the land was hilly.
Because your land is slopey.
Yes, but I just never thought it was that bad until we started constructing. And if you look at my house as a result, then we had to get various levels. I had to backfill the land. My garden actually was a garden that I had to backfill and construct from scratch. Because if I had left it, then we would never be able to get into the house because of the heights that were created as a result. Now, another thing again, I changed my design slightly. One of the rooms in the house shouldn't have been there, but because of the different heights.
Because of the terrain of the land,
yes,
you had to modify the house.
Yes, I needed to modify the house. So I had the option of having either a false roof or another room. So that again was another cost that I had not foreseen. So other than the backfilling of the garden, other than just having the extra room, of course there's also the extra labor that comes along with it. Please remember that I got a facility to build the house. Which
so any changes affects the cost.
Yes, and you have to convince your financier that, look, I never saw this, it was unforeseen. And it's very difficult convincing, especially people who haven't constructed before. How do you convince somebody that you spent over almost $1 million trying to get the height right, both at the back of the house and at the front of the house? So that's one of the challenges that you really have to look out for when you're constructing. Then another one is you need to get fundis who are reliable. Yeah. And sometimes you will have people who come and talk to you and you think, oh, they know their bit. But they are not reliable in the sense that they'll probably come to your site, first of all, take longer than they should take. Two, they will not do what you ask them to do. So there's a lot of trust issues that will definitely come into play when you're constructing. Yeah. And then thirdly, there's the issue of materials. And please remember, there's also the issue of the bills of quantities that you gave the bank. And sometimes you go and you realize, the bills of quantity were this, but when you go to the shop, in reality, there's such a big difference. Again, another thing I realized is that you've got to have the same mindset as the professionals you're working with. For instance, if you have your quantity surveyor, what sort of tiles do you want to have? What sort of finishes do you want to have in your house? Be very specific to your quantity surveyor and say, look, it's my house. And again, you've got to be very firm. So that what you want is what you will get. If, for instance, I want this tile, nobody should convince me that there's an alternative unless there's a good reason for it. Therefore, there's got to be a sync of minds right from the start and be clear about it, because anyway, you're the one who's going to pay for it.
And you're the one who live in that home.
And you're the one who's going to live in that home.
Knowledge is power, especially in this sector. To get you started in your home ownership journey, at First Avenue, we would be delighted to be part of your home ownership story. Just give us a call and I'll be at your doorstep. Next, a collection of sound investment opportunities available in the market.
Karibu Homes are dedicated to providing hard-working families with affordable, well-constructed homes in thriving communities. The projects are located off Mombasa Road in Athi River. The developments provide both standard and enhanced living options. The Athi homes have standard finishes with common features including open-plan living room and dining area, steel casement windows and brass curtain fittings, kitchen with inbuilt cupboards and an adjacent utility area with adobe sink, master bedroom ensuite and other bedrooms share a tiled bathroom, built-in wardrobes and enhanced finishes. The Tana homes have superior finishes with common features such as attractive open-plan living and dining room, kitchen and utility area, ceramic tile floors, steel casement windows, master bedroom ensuite, separate shared tiled bathroom and shower, built-in wardrobes and enhanced finishes. King's Serenity offers space, warmth, and comfort you deserve when buying your first home. This affordable residential complex consists of 2-bedroom apartments with a plinth area of 1,000 square feet built-up space. The amenities include cross-ventilated apartments and a well-planned layout and compact design, spacious lounge-cum-dining area, a separate toilet with a shower. Other features include green spaces and attractive landscaping, kids' play area, solar street lighting, secured masonry boundary wall, controlled access for tight security, well-planned security checkpoints, borehole with overhead storage tank, Cabra paving blocks to driveways, ample parking space for residents as well as guests, and a community hall for residents, entertainment and meetings. The Lifestyle Estates bring to you the lifestyle you always wanted at Lifestyle Heights Apartments. It is conveniently located along Ruiru-Kiambu Road, 20 kilometers from Nairobi CBD. Accommodation features include a hardwood mahogany door that invites you to a spacious lounge fitted with large windows to allow in natural light. The mid-wall has special effect, setting it apart from the other walls, making it unique. An aluminum door seamlessly leads you to the beautifully tiled balcony, which can act as a chill spot for you and your family. The kitchen comes fitted with tiled walls which are accentuated with upper and lower cabinets, which offer sufficient storage. While in the kitchen, there is a door which leads to Dobby area, which is also fitted with well laid out tiles, and a sink plus tub. The master bedroom is fitted with large windows that let in natural light. The spacious inbuilt cupboards provide a sufficient storage, a dressing counter. Given that it's ensuite, the bathroom consists of a shower cubicle fitted with a range shower head system. The 2 bedrooms also consist of spacious inbuilt closets, complete with large windows. They share a common bathroom, which is fitted with tiles.
You too can take charge of your home ownership journey today. Just give us a call or visit our offices. We are here to hold your hand every step of your property journey. The Property Show remains the eye-opener for real estate minds. If you're looking for prime neighborhoods and a seamless process of turning your plot into a dream home, take advantage of Upscale turnkey budget solution. Our offices are open and we are just a telephone call away. Thank you for watching The Property Show. Let's do this again next Sunday with another full goodie bag. As Always there is something for everyone. Kwaheri.